Hey, in this video we're going to be covering what happened in the manga for each episode of the new season of One Punch Man. So we're going to be covering everything in the manga from episode 1 here today, which includes 2 chapters and roughly 150 pages. Needless to say, they needed to cut some of this in the anime. So we open up much the same, with this overly detailed shot of the Hero Association, as we hear a group of people discussing what happened in the previous fight. This fight being when Saitama beat Elder Centipede and where Bang and Silverfang fought Garou alongside Genos. They mention how lucky they are to still have King on board, on payroll. He's possibly one of the only people who can help them in this situation. And as for the hero hunter Garou, they no longer can classify him as human. He is, in all circumstances, a monster when it comes to the Hero Association. They're going to label him a dragon level threat and issue a warning and an emergency summon of the S-class heroes. One of the executives is furious, demanding that they just call in Blast, the rank 1 S-class hero. But Sitch says that they have no control over Blast. He's a voluntary hero. He's a free agent. He doesn't actually have to listen to anything they say. His title as rank 1 hero is a vanity title, if any at all. That's when the top donor enters the conversation, saying that this is a farce, walking up to the table of the executives, shouting that those monsters took his son. It's almost been 24 hours, so why hasn't the Hero Association attacked at all? Threatening, saying, "This is why I give you so much money." Second guard then lends a hand and lends a personal promise that he will save the children that have been kidnapped by the Monster Association. Children, meaning plural, meaning he knows that there's more than one. Then we cut to the S-class heroes. Pig God, Super Alloy Darkshine, Terrible Tornado. They're being briefed on the situation and being told that Child Emperor is working overtime to try find the location of the Monster Association. He has multiple tracking robots trying to track down the location, and he hasn't had too much sleep because he's actually just been working 24/7 on trying to locate this place. Tatsumaki is arrogant as always, say that they must fear her if they're trying this hard. She's warned not to underestimate the Monster Association, and Tatsumaki says, "Shut up and get to the point. I'm sick of hearing you overrate them." He then shoots a hologram out of his eye, displaying a holographic image of Drive Knight, and talking about how Drive Knight ran ahead, insisting that he would run recon, ignoring the Hero Association's warnings about going by himself, going into the ghost town in which Saitama lives, by the way. Darkshine asks why he would go alone. Overconfidence is the answer. He's never lost a fight in his entire life. His signal went quiet. It would appear that Drive Knight was defeated by the Monster Association. This actually gains the full attention of all 3 S-class heroes. Tatsumaki puts up a brave face, saying who cares, just hurry up and scramble a team. But he informs her that the Monster Association gave them a 3-day warning, meaning that they have that time to prepare, so they should use it. Then we cut to Zombie Man. He's tracking someone down. We're left to wonder if this is about the Monster Association, or is it something else? He says that they're in a small building and he's cornered them. But then we cut to another scene entirely again. We see Atomic Samurai, another S-class hero, and his apprentices, being briefed by Super Alloy Darkshine himself. Atomic Samurai is shocked to hear that they had taken a child hostage. Darkshine's confused as to why he smells of blood if he didn't know that. Atomic Samurai reveals that he's been scouring the caves and mountains for monsters and cutting and slicing them up, but we didn't find any association hideout. Super Alloy Darkshine says of course not, because the hideout is somewhere in City Z. Atomic Samurai is furious that he didn't know this and says, well, the plan is good. A full-out assault is the best way to move forward. One of his apprentices runs to have a shower before the battle and is greeted at the door by My Mask, top A-rank hero. He comments he thought that the attack team was supposed to be small and strong, but you guys aren't up to par. This isn't a picnic, Atomic Samurai. Couldn't you leave your apprentices behind? This isn't the minor leagues, and they should know that. I don't want them becoming hostages and being used as human shields, putting us at a disadvantage. That would be a hassle. If that happens, will you order them to commit suicide? Feeling the growing tension in the room, Super Ally Darkshine tries to defuse the situation, but it's already too late because Atomic Samurai has seen My Mask's challenge. My Mask, you're on the team? Of course. Those monsters intentionally interrupted my concert. Oh, right. Well, my guys are pretty tough. I'll order them to save your pampered idol, but when you get into trouble, so don't worry. Trouble? Surely you don't doubt my combat ability. Being A-class allows me to keep an eye on things. Anytime I choose to be S-class, I would be. To explain it, even to an imbecile like yourself could understand. I'm stronger than you. Oh, you think so, huh? Then we cut to Peri Peri Prisoner, another one of the S-class heroes, as he's being released from prison because of the circumstances and his power being needed to lend effort to the attack on the Monster Association. The warden reveals that a monster came to the prison and monsterified many of the prisoners within. Those prisoners killed many of the guards within the prison. The warden demands of Peri Peri Prisoner to avenge the fallen, the guards that fell in that assault. Peri Peri Prisoner says he can count on him. I'll make them pay for running wild in his absence. But then one of Peri Peri Prisoner's boyfriends comes out, a knitted sweater he made for him, and he takes it with a loving glance back to his lover. Then we cut to Child Emperor again in his lab, trying to hunt down where exactly this Monster Association is. He asks all of his guards to leave so that he can have some privacy, and he has a conversation with another one of the S-class heroes that has refused to take part in this assault on the Monster Association, Metal Knight. He demands that Metal Knight start wasting his time and actually respond to something because he knows he's there. Metal Knight says, "What do you want? I'm in the middle of making breakfast." And this Child Emperor has to correct him and say, "Well, it's noon, man. So what you're making isn't breakfast." Child Emperor knows that Metal Knight probably has already located the Monster Association, and it would help him and save some of his time if he just revealed the location to him. Metal Knight knows the location of the Monster Association hideout, but he doesn't want to reveal it to Child Emperor. He doesn't want the hostages to be killed in the assault, and he doesn't want Child Emperor himself to die in the assault as well. He will make a rational choice for the sake of justice, apparently. Child Emperor says, "There's another way. You could just take part in the assault and help us complete the operation." What is he so afraid of? What has become of his insanely powerful robot body? Did the monsters destroy it? And how, if they did? Blank. The Monster King Orochi. I don't know what he did, but I think he hit me with a horn-like appendage. It pierced through my body and the arm I used to block the attack. It disabled my self-destruct mechanism at the same time. I'm not afraid of the Monster Association. Right now, other evils want to harm the world. They will strike when humanity's defenders are weak. So be careful. Do not trust anyone around you. If you want justice, you can achieve it on your own. Store your strength and be ready, Child Emperor. And then he hangs up. Child Emperor is not pleased about this. He sees it as a waste of time, but he does need to find that base fast. Then we cut to Blizzard. She's reflecting about how the Blizzard bunch got annihilated, and most of the damage was done by her own sister. But this is an emergency, so she'll have to use this new place to launch a new office branch for the Blizzard bunch. She rings the doorbell to Saitama's apartment and sees Bang open the door. He invites her in and shows her to Saitama's apartment, where Saitama and King are playing a video game. Genos is making lightwork repairs on his destroyed body, and Silverfang's ass is out as he's getting acupuncture along his back. Why are 3 S-class heroes and one of the best martial artists in the world doing in Saitama's apartment? A B-class hero. Saitama doesn't even pay her any mind. As King notices her enter and says, "Oh, she's come out to hang out again," Saitama doesn't even raise any form of eyebrow. He's more interested as to how King is able to absolutely mollywomp him in the game that they are playing. Genos, as ever, is acting as Saitama's butler and says, "What are you doing here?" Saitama isn't actually looking for any apprentices right now. In the background, we can hear King and Saitama arguing over the video game. And Silverfang apologizes for being so crowded here. After the fight, they were pretty beat up, so Saitama said it was okay for them to recuperate and regain their strength here in his apartment. I love how all the exposition and the info is coming from the other people, and Saitama is nowhere to be involved with any of the dialogue. He is just so upset that King is blasting him in this game. As Saitama and King's argument becomes more and more complicated, Blizzard gets so overwhelmed and starts shouting. Blizzard gets overwhelmed by King and Saitama completely just ignoring her. And then Saitama notices she's there finally and asks what the hell she's even doing here. Then she freaks, shouting that there is a crisis underway. Blizzard Bunch got wiped out. The Monster Association poses as an external threat, so this is not the time for video games. Don't you know that? Do you know what's going on? Saitama just hits her. We don't have the yell though. I just got home, so I'm just chilling for now. No, logical take. He says, well, we are recuperating from fighting Monster Hunter Garou and Elder Centipede. Mother starts to become overwhelmed with the fact that she is just hanging around with all these S-class heroes and they're all just sitting in Saitama's apartment. Why are they sitting here? Why is he sitting here with them acting like it's no big deal? She tries to emphasize the fact that the Monster Association is a big deal and they're going to want to know what she has to say. It demands that they have a strategy meeting. She asks Genos, what's next? You're the S-class heroes here. You should be hearing orders from headquarters, so what's going on and what should we do? So Saitama tells Genos to tell her. Genos says that they were too busy yesterday, either fighting stuff or he was cheering on Saitama in the martial arts tournament. And during that fight, his transmuter got melted. Blast says his fell down a chasm, and King says his got broken when Saitama killed Elder Centipede. So she asked again, what is our next move? We're on the verge of all-out war here. Genos says, well, I need repairs. He said Dr. Kusno worked all night on his repairs, and even 12 hours since then has passed. He's probably resting right now, so he won't be combat ready for almost a full day. They didn't have backups because he didn't expect Genos to get in a fight this severe so soon after being fixed. Silverfang says that they need more time until they're mobile. And Bang says, yeah, we can't. Like, we're too old. We need time to recover. And King says he has something else to do. So she says that only leaves Saitama. You and I are battle ready. What should we do? I think a strategy meeting at headquarters could be an option. Or maybe we just brainstorming. But if B-class and lower heroes can take action now, it will increase the standing in the future storm. She says it's weird that the monsters are all working together. It must mean that they're being dominated by a boss of some sort instead of a mutual tie. Blast says, yeah, the Monster Association. Garou is there right now, making it even more dangerous than it was before. King says, oh yeah, that's right. Garou must have been there in the park that day. You must have barely missed him. I heard he'd be even more heroes on his way back. This infuriates Saitama. This is unforgivable, especially since he hasn't come for me yet. Is it because I'm the caped baldy? One panel later, he throws his suit on, leaves the door, and says, I'm gonna go look for him. And when I find him, I'm gonna punch him. And I'm also gonna get cabbage while I'm out. Blizzard laments her current situation. She tried to take charge, but she was shut out. Getting them to join the Blizzard group is going to be much harder than she originally anticipated. Then cut to a expensive high-rise building where we see the donor for the Hero Association, whose son has been kidnapped, is sending out a mercenary group in the fully realized battle suits that we saw the prototypes for in Season 1. These are the fully fledged things, customized for each soldier's unique battle technique and physical attributes. And they're going on a secret mission to save his son. And that's the end of chapter 86. So on to 87. Garou wakes up on a actually pretty decent bed inside a jail cell within the Monster Association. He wakes up wondering what happened, seeing a letter, and starts to read it. The letter says, welcome to the Monster Association. If you are reading this, that means you survived. It was we who saved your life, so please wait quietly in a room without causing any trouble. If you go outside now, you will be a target for the heroes. You need a safe haven to recuperate. We've prepared an outfit for you, so please wear it. He crumbles it up in anger and throws it away, putting on the clothes lent to him and breaks his way out of his cell, saying he can barely move. His body is aching. He needs food and he is thirsty as hell. Remembering that he fought the old geezer and that Birdman saved him, talking about how the Monster Association pisses him off. He wants to know what happened to Bang against that centipede. It doesn't matter. This place reeks of stale air and blood. He keeps moving down this dark corridor until he comes to an opening, where he sees those mercenaries that were sent to save the sun being held in a coliseum-like structure by Garou, the leader of the Monster Association. They are begging for their lives as he asks everyone, what should we do with these people? It's revealed that this new cyborg that just so happened to show up in the past day defeated them. His name, Machine God G5. A secret organization dispatched me here to assist with the Monster Association. He is a demon level threat. Garou welcomes him. He expects another arrival here soon anyway. Then he psychically tells Garou to stay hidden for just a little while longer. Garou's surprised to hear telepathy in his head. Now, what of their fate? Should we kill them or monsterize them. The crowd screams to rip them apart, to kill them. Every single suggestion ends with their death, just in an array of gruesome ways. And some members of the crowd just can't help themselves and leap for their prey. But they are intercepted by something absolutely terrifying, slicing the biggest one in half and then bane-blading the rest into tiny pieces. This is King the Ripper, a demon-level threat, stating he's almost reached his limit. If he can have these specimens, he might last a little longer. He can suppress his urges until the other heroes arrive, as he begins to torture the captain of the mercenaries. Garou reflects on how crazy these motherfuckers are. How could anyone possibly control them? Maybe there's a boss who's strong enough to subdue every single one of them. After all, even that giant centipede obeyed someone. G5 says that he is impotent. He's the one who fought and brought them in, so he will offer an option. Their battle suits are extremely high in combat ability and valuable. However, they are customized so others, much less monsters, cannot use the battle suits. Are you suggesting we let them live but use them as pawns? Ripper says they're too scared to be of use. It'd be cruel to make them fight the heroes. I'm sure they'd rather just die. Then Super S arrives. I'll make them mine and dominate them. Garou says, King the Ripper, give them to Super S. Dominate them. She whips him, turning him into, her slaves. They begin hulking out using the full potential of their battle suits, breaking the armor exterior to them. G5 asked Garou, would there be any punishment if he was to kill an imputed member of the Monster Associations? And he said, I'd prefer if you didn't. Decrease our numbers. Killing is natural amongst us monsters, but you won't overlook it too much. Now, you'd think that this would, in some way be of consequence to the Ripper, but he doesn't care because he can smell a human and demands that said human shows himself. Garou steps out to the open, looking at everything, taking everything in. Garou greets him, saying that he woke up early. All the other heroes are shocked. That's the hero hunter. Why is he getting special treatment? He got rescued and treated? He's human. He's not a monster. Garou silences them all. I have important matters to discuss with him. Garou looks at this monstrous thing in the back, using this entire Colosseum as a chair, so that they have roughly the exact same amount as the hero associations in low-ranking monsters, 500. However, they lost many Demon-level monsters in the assault, so now they have less than 30. We remain more than capable of still winning though, but as you can see, we lack unity and leadership. Therefore, I want you to step in and lead as my assistant. This is when we see Black Sperm, a leader already. That's a sweet offer. Garou says he needs someone strong, who despises heroes. He fought all on his own, and despite being horribly injured, he persisted against multiple S-class heroes. He's perfect. However, my boss Orochi has one more condition. We're still not sure that you're a monster. Prove to us that you truly are. Like by growing horns or something. The massive monster speaks. You have one day. It doesn't matter who, but bring me the head of a hero. Bug God speaks. Then it'll be clear. A great monster kills heroes without hesitation. Garou says, but just this morning Birdman interrupts. I have bad news for you, Garou. Silverfang and the others survived. They defeated Elder Centipede. Then we see Hellfire Flame and Gale Wind as they discuss their place within the Monster Association. They don't trust anyone here, and they've become stronger because of the monster cells. He has no idea what Garou is thinking, and he's not interested in that either. He just wants to crush the Hero Association, and in particular, Flashy Flash. And they discuss how the monster cell they gave Peter Sansonic might have affected him, because he hasn't turned up yet. Then we cut to yet another scene. Threat level demon Insect God and threat level demon King the Ripper are talking to Garou, saying that Garou went outside and they need to follow him. Then we cut to Speed of Sansonic, who reflects how he's gonna get payback on the two monster ninjas because the monster cell they gave him, well, it gave him the shits. He never intended to join them anyway. His only target is Saitama. That being said, he can feel a new power inside. A change is coming over me. I feel lighter. It's going to take some time to grow accustomed to this new sensation. Is this monstrification? Hardly a big deal. And it's revealed that he's actually just 4.5 pounds lighter because of the diarrhea. That's it. And that leaves us exactly where episode 1 ends. They did have to cut stuff out because, as I said, there is so much to these 2 chapters. There's a little less in the next 2, but the next 2 has action, so we'll see how they'll adapt it. If you like these types of videos, please let me know. I have my schedule posted on YouTube so you know what type of content's coming out each day of the week. And please subscribe, and if you want to become a member, I'm going to be doing member exclusive content on One Punch Man soon, so please ground down there and show any form of support you want. Either subscribe, like, comment, or become a member. Thank you so much for watching.